Hello, I'm Alan, and welcome to today's edition of Alan's Cycling Adventures. Today we are riding to Chillicothe, Missouri. I actually had to Google that so I would know how to pronounce it. It is Chillicothe. It looks like it's going to be a rainy start of the day, but it looks like once we get out of this area, it should be better. So knock on wood, hopefully it'll be nice. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas for future editions of Alan's Cycling Adventures, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Well, without further ado, let's ride. Today we rode from St. Joseph, Missouri to Chillicothe, Missouri. An interesting observation about Chillicothe, there's actually 5 cities in the United States that I was able to find, all named Chillicothe in different states. There's a Chillicothe in Missouri, obviously, but there's also one in Ohio, Illinois, Texas, and Iowa. This led me to do some digging because it doesn't sound like it would be a common town name, and yet there are 5 of them. So, of course, what would we do without Google? I Googled what Chillicothe means, and it is apparently the Shawnee word for principal town. Basically, the Shawnee people named every settlement that was home to a principal leader Chillicothe. So I'm guessing that the Shawnee people had 5 towns or 5 settlements where their principal leader lived at some point or another, and they named all of them Chillicothe. And I guess the name stuck in the case of Missouri, Ohio, Illinois, Texas, and Iowa, because there you have it. Today's ride was another one of those rides where we had a consolidation stop, and that was because our first SAG was a special one. It was hosted by the DeKalb County Historical Society in Maysville, Missouri. That was kind of fun. All the people came out to welcome us to Maysville. They had home-baked cinnamon rolls, and they had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and fresh fruit and freshly made lemonade, in addition to bottled water and stuff like that. So it was a nice time. And the Historical Society actually has one of our jerseys on display as part of the county's history, which is really pretty cool. Of course, because there was a consolidation stop only about 30 miles in, that also meant that whatever advantage I had gained by starting 30 minutes early, I lost, because we all had to form a procession into Maysville, which was fun and made for some good video, which you'll see in a moment. As a matter of fact, the photographer in our group, Steve Harvey, had recorded some video of the procession coming into town, and I included that real-time segment in this video, so you'll get to see that. The start of the ride was, for me, at 7:05 a.m. According to Strava, the weather was cloudy and 63 degrees Fahrenheit with a feels-like temperature of 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry, Strava, it was raining. If it wasn't raining right at the start, it was raining pretty much right after the start. And it rained for the first 10 or 15 miles. However, after that first 10 or 15 miles, it was not bad at all. The humidity was 88%, and the wind was 7.6 miles per hour from the southeast. The length of the ride was 87.15 miles, which I did at an average moving speed of 13.3 miles per hour and a maximum speed of 32.8 miles per hour. My total moving time was 6 hours, 33 minutes, and 1 second. And my elapsed time was 8 hours, 35 minutes, and 14 seconds. Here's the procession.
Hi, sweetie. Our team photographer. Hey, Steve.
Anyway, some more statistics. My average heart rate today was 114 beats per minute, and my maximum heart rate was 137 beats per minute. According to Garmin and Strava, I burned 1,955 calories. I find that hard to believe because this was actually a pretty tough ride. Missouri is pretty hilly, and some of those hills were pretty steep, especially at the end of the ride. After that last sag, there was some serious climbing on Route 190. Anyway, let's see. My average cadence was 59 RPM, and my maximum cadence was 92 RPM. In terms of elevation gain, according to Garmin, we only climbed 3,412 feet, but that's based on barometric data, and we did ride through a storm, which can throw that sort of thing off. According to Strava's map data, we gained 4,661 feet. I had a total of 20,153 pedal strokes, and according to Strava, I had an average power output of 97 watts. There were 2 Garmin climbs on today's ride. The first one started at 1.94 miles. It was 0.65 miles in length. We gained 115 feet at an average gradient of 3%. I have no idea how Garmin decides what is a climb and what isn't a climb, because the second Garmin climb started at 80.5 miles. It was 0.59 miles in length. We gained 141 feet at an average gradient of 4%. And that climb was nothing compared to some of the climbs on today's ride, especially that stretch between the second sag stop and the base of the Garmin climb. When I got to that Garmin climb, I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is a climb after what we've been through? But hey, that's what Garmin calls a climb. Let's see. The route today was mostly on Route 6. Route 6 kind of went along several other highways as well, but each time, we'd be on another numbered highway and then right back onto Route 6. So I'm just calling it Route 6 until we turned on Route V. Missouri has this strange highway labeling system where many of the highways are lettered, sometimes double letters, instead of numbers, and Route V was one of those. We took Route V to Route 190, and it was on Route 190 that we, I thought, tackled the hardest of the climbs today. We took that to Route 65, which took us into Chillicothe. In terms of the cities we rode through, we started in St. Joseph, Missouri. The entire ride was in Missouri. We rode into Clarksdale, then Maysville for that first sag, Weatherby, Alta Vista, Altamont, Gallatin, Blake, Lock Springs, which is where that second sag was. Beautiful location, a little field with a big tree in it, but really nice location. And then after Lock Springs was the climb to Chillicothe. In terms of the next few days, they did tell us at Lock Springs that the climbing today, including the climbing after Lock Springs, was just a warm-up for tomorrow. So we shall see what tomorrow brings, but I suspect it's going to be another difficult one. However, the weather looks better for tomorrow than it was today, knock on wood. Tomorrow we're riding to Kirksville, Missouri. It's only 75 miles, but it is a climbing day. The day after that, we ride across another state line crossing into Illinois, to Quincy, Illinois. That ride is 76 miles, so that's also a shorter one. And in terms of climbing, it looks like it's going to be a at least somewhat easier one. Then the next day is Springfield, Illinois. That's a longer one. That one's 106 miles, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a climbing day. And finally, the next day is to Champaign, Illinois. It's also not a climbing day, but it is 92 miles, so it's a little on the long side. But once we get to Champaign, we are rewarded with our fourth rest day. And I am looking forward to that one, not because I'm trying to rush my way through this trip. I am enjoying this trip very much. But I have a little surprise for myself in Champaign. And so I am looking forward to that. And you will all get to see what the surprise is, hopefully, when I arrive in Champaign. We'll see how the timing works out. Let's see. Looks like I am still on the climb into Chillicothe. As is the usual case, when I got to Chillicothe and within a few miles of the hotel, I did find some place to stop to get something to eat. I think I got a turkey and cheese sandwich. It's kind of my usual when it's available. And a chocolate milk for the hotel. Also, since we did ride through rain today, when we got to the hotel, there was a bike washing station set up for us. And so my bike is nice and clean and ready for tomorrow. I have noticed that my bike performs much better when it's nice and clean like this. So I am, I guess, dreading a little bit all of the climbing tomorrow, but also looking forward to a smooth shifting bike. So we shall see how that works out. And then hopefully the next cleaning station will be in Champaign. So I have to ride to Kirksville, Quincy, Springfield, and Champaign before I get to wash my bike again. In any event, that's basically today's ride. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.
Well, that was a pretty tough one. I am here in Chillicothe, and I understand that those hills that we climbed today, that's just a warm-up for tomorrow. So we'll have to see what tomorrow brings. Well, until next time, stay safe out there.